feel like I need to do comments.
Okay, you don't have to. We're live. Hey. Yes, there it is.
Yep, it's working.
Okay, that's gonna be trippy. Yeah, we wanted to make sure we could see comments, but someone doesn't want to answer them, so he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be a little overwhelmed. And this doesn't lag.
No,
Wow.
doesn't match.
All right.
So you can Oh, here, look. This is what you gotta do.
Technology.
You pop out the chat, and then you can minimize it so you don't see yourself, but you see your chat.
Yeah, that's what I was getting lost.
All right, so we can say, hey, we got Judy here, Lita, another cloudy day. Amy's here, Ellen's here, Kat's here. Hey, it's the closing ceremony.
I know. How's everybody doing this Saturday?
Yeah.
We're tired and it's hot. I'm sure you guys are too.
So this year has been a lot, I would say, for Pink Sheep. Not just, I mean, we moved and, tried to keep everything going, and just super happy to do the DIY hook challenge again this year.
It was a lot. There was a lot of you guys this year again. That's great. I love seeing that. And man, this was tough. Like, it was tough judging these hooks. Like, it's
a lot harder than last year.
Really cool stuff.
Harder than last year, for sure. Yeah.
Congratulations to you guys.
That's
really cool.
And we hope you guys had fun. I mean, it seems like you did with what you guys came up with. That's always going to be the goal of this challenge, to give you guys a reason to get creative in a new way and do something different. And so we hope you guys did that and enjoyed it. And we're going to go through the stats, so the numbers, and let you guys know kind of a recap of what that looked like. And then this year, I really wanted the opportunity for you guys to actually see all of the hooks. So if you haven't had the chance to go through the photo gallery, we also had a few submissions that were video only, so we weren't able to put them in the photo gallery on the website. So today, for this year's closing ceremony, we do have a video prepared. Fingers crossed that it works. But it is a video of all of our submissions. So it's a longer video, but I feel like you guys, it'll be fun to get to see everything just like we did. So you can see all of the hooks that were submitted. And we broke it down by category in the video. So you can really see we had quite a few functional, more functional submissions than anything.
And some hybrids, which we'll talk about later. That's what's crazy. 3 hybrids.
Mm-hmm. See, got a couple more people joining in. Yes.
So we'll give everybody a few minutes, and then Evelyn's got the video that we'll try to play.
Yeah,
I think it'll work.
Okay, so just so you guys know, we had 110 hooks sold this year, up from 85. So last year we sold 85 hooks. This year we sold 110 hooks. We did have a lot of multiple purchases. So we had a lot of people that purchased more than one hook. I think we only had 2 or 3 people submit more than one hook. We did have a few people, and we don't limit that. So if that's something, you can buy as many of these as you want to practice, and you can submit more than one hook. If you want to try different things, you can do that. But we ended up having 55 total entries.
Crazy.
So
crazy.
Out of 110 hooks sold, 55 entries. And last year we had 45 entries. So we were up on both, up on entries and purchases. So that was really cool.
Oh my goodness. Like, that's 110 hooks.
Well, thanks to the people that didn't get them sanded.
So certainly bonus points for y'all out there that are doing the back of the truck specials that are non-sanded. Like, thank you. If you don't plan on using this hook, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Or if you sand it yourself.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there were some people who sanded their hooks themselves this year. So we had 32 entries in the functional hook category. We had 15 entries in the non-functional hook category.
And those were like the different sculptures and things where the hook wouldn't be able to crochet with it anymore.
Even if that means putting googly eyes on your hook. Yep. Obviously, you can't crochet around the googly eyes, so there you go. And then we had 8 entries in our kids category, which was awesome. I was so excited that we were able to do that you guys wanted that to be a part of the challenge. And as you guys know, if you've been following along with our updates, we had 2 sponsors to help out with our prizes this year. So the kids category is going, the winner for the kids category is going to be getting a $50 gift card to Joann's, thanks to Joann's Craft Store. And then our 2 adult winners in the functional and non-functional category will also get a prize pack from Joann's. They'll get a $60 gift card from Hobie Yarn, and then they will get 3 hooks from us of their choosing, as well as some goodies thrown in there from us as a prize pack. So big prizes this year. Yes, I like goodies. Everybody likes goodies. Okay, so let's see. We've got 18 people watching, so let's go ahead and dive in. Yeah, let's see if I can do this. So bear with me.
Fingers crossed. Our one finger is a 1.
now we're live again. Hello.
Yeah, we're back.
All right,
Well,
guys.
sort of, we're back.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. And
it's crazy, wasn't it? I mean, what?
Maybe you can see now why it took us. We pushed off the judging for longer than we should have.
Yeah, we judged it all week. Like we
Yeah.
took several nights this week and went through and argued and went back and forth, and it was tough. It was really, really, really tough. Like it was really tough.
And I'll tell you guys, so we're not going to dive into the judging process because we really don't want to give you guys what we want. You know, we don't want to tell you.
I'm not going to give you a study guide because
No.
we have maybe 6 categories that we're ranking 1 to 5.
Yes.
And it ranges from like first impression to like complexity of medium that you're using. So like just as a little snapshot of that, we're not going into all that because it's not competition.
But we want you to know that we have a process that allows us to feel like we are doing a good job of separating ourselves from, you know, each of the hooks. And like,
I'm not. I'm totally voting with my feelings. Like,
but we don't. we go through and we have all these categories that we judge, and then we add up all the numbers, and that's how we see where everything ranks. And you know, this year there were some hooks that it came down to
if you wrote something about
the description about your hook. Did you name it?
What,
did you?
What was the little creature's name? Or,
yeah.
You know, I mean, it was wild.
And having those like standouts, you know, of, you know, even if it was an amazing hook, did you share your process with us? Did you let us know? So, and it really, that just is because there were so many incredible hooks this year. And I do want to talk, before we do the winner's announcement, I wanted to talk about, so last year we had a winner, and then we had a couple of different runner-up type situations.
And a second alternate and an alternate to a runners-up. It was out of control.
And so this year we have decided to stick with just having our 3 grand prize winners. And a lot of that is because, again, there were just so many good ones that it was like, well, if we do second place, we need third place. If we do third place, we need fourth place. And I had a list at one point where it was like the grand prize winner and 6 other people.
Yeah, so it was like, we can't do this. So in our prize pack is stellar this year. We got some sponsors. So like maybe next year we'll look at doing, you know, something different. But this year we've got 3 categories: functional, non-functional, and children's, and a winner for each one of those.
Yes. And it was really, really hard to choose. So,
but everybody that participated hopefully is a winner. Like, I feel like I won just by getting to see everything. I mean, like, we're shooting for an experience. Like, we want this to be not a contest, but an event. So
yes.
Yeah.
And we did say that, you know, just like last year, everyone who submitted a final hook, so a finished, completed hook, will get a thank you goodie in the mail.
It's like a participation trophy. So you know it's not a competition if you know me, because we don't subscribe to that. Like, this is something fun. This is something to get creative, and we chose to do it in the summertime because nobody's doing craft shows right now because it's so freaking hot. But, you know, maybe if you live in another part of the world, you are. So, but just speaking for our little piece of the universe,
yeah,
we thought this was the perfect time for that. So,
and I have ordered you guys thank you goodies, your participation goodie, keepsake, whatever you want to call them. And I should be mailing them out as soon as they arrive to me. I'll be mailing them out to you guys. So do let me know if you have like an address change because I'll be sending them to the address that you used on Etsy to purchase the DIY original hook. So
yeah, that's on you, not on us. So those will be going out soon. If you have moved, say something.
I think Kat is the only one that I have on record who has moved. Oh, and I do want to I wanted to share him because he needs to make his debut on here as well. But this was the one that I completed this year. This is my Mr. Meeseeks hook. So if you watch Rick and Morty, that is a Mr. Meeseeks creature. And then on the back, I've got one of his catchphrases, can do. And then I did the 2020. So I did finish a hook this year. So if I can do it, you can do it. I promise. Because I thought this was going to be too hard. And I managed to make it happen. So that was pretty cool.
Drum roll.
Okay. So for our functional category, and this was a hard one too. This is the one where I had like 6 people lined up after our grand prize winner, because it was really, really difficult. But this came down to, in a lot of ways, just the sheer amount of detail and stuff that went into the design.
It
at
was
least for
so
me.
close. I mean, this could have went 12 different ways in all the categories.
So with that being said, our winner for the functional category is Chrissy Kent, who did the Stranger Things hook. And that one, like I said, for me, it was just the more I looked at it, the more
Look
stuff
my feelings over
I
here.
saw. So that was our functional category winner. I don't know if she's on here today, but let's go to, if she is, give yourself a shout out. Yes. And then for our non-functional category, and this one was just as difficult. I think we had at least 4 or 5 people that were right up there in the running. And it came down to Haley Fight and her Phoenix. So that was the one. She's got the rocks underneath it and the yarn ball.
Can you
and
read
the
that?
Phoenix.
Can we read Haley's description? This is why it's important to take advantage of anything that we give you. Like, if you have anything additional, submit. Like, I want to know your type of medium, maybe your process. Is it? Some of these were so tough because I didn't know. Like, am I looking at clay? Is that modeling clay? Was that forged? Was that? It's so tough. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and read.
So this is what Haley said about her submission. She said, I chose to build my hook sculpture around the myth of the Phoenix because for me, this represented every facet of crochet as it is today. As crocheters, we perform magic and make things out of disparate parts and bring them together to create something beautiful. We create wearable art and forage items that may very well be passed down through generations. Beyond this, I think the way I built out the story of my hook also represents the renaissance crochet and other crafts are going through right now, first with the pandemic, and now as people try to live and create more intentionally. I was like, that's a poem. So it all works together, especially now, the more, I know this is only the second year, but even from the first year of judging
versus pictures, having both is, I think it's kind of crucial. Like, the pictures are great. We want pictures, certainly. We want you to use the hashtags DIY Hook Challenge, put your pictures up with that. But having a video is important too. I mean, yes, because it's tough. This is like, you can't pull any punches. This is a fierce competition. I know. Even though it's not a competition.
But we had so many people that mentioned in their descriptions that I would have done this anyway, even if there weren't prizes. I wanted a hook with my logo, or I wanted to create a hook that represented my kids or my grandparents who passed, or my mom or my dad, or my crochet journey, or what life has thrown at me this year. And I think that's where it all started. We just wanted something to give you guys a creative outlet to make something beautiful and to
play with us, to do something fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that was.
Yeah. And we love it. The judging is the hardest part.
Kids.
Yes.
Yeah,
so I haven't done it.
I thought you were about to say something.
No. So the kids category, that was a fun one as well. Just as hard to judge, because that's another thing. So if we're going to do this next year, I see us keeping the same categories next year, because this made it a lot easier for us and for you guys to kind of decide where your hook would fit. We would love to know the age of your kid and a little more about the process, because that's something that, we want to make sure that we can really judge. Like, was this someone who was 3 years old and had finger paints, or was this someone who was 11 or 12, and really, planned out their process? I think that would really help us. So just keeping that in mind for next year, we would love to have a little more information about
pictures of them working on it.
Yeah,
cool.
That would be really cool.
I mean, I want to do that. Yeah. That's cool too. Like, just tell me a story.
Yes, that would be super helpful. So this year, our kids winner, who will get a $50 gift card to Joann's to continue their crafty journey. And please excuse me if I am not saying this name correctly, but Jai Duncan. So Jay or Jai, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but he had the Jurassic Park hook with the little dinosaurs and the sun and all of that. And that is this year's kids winner. So we're super
I like
excited.
Jurassic Park too, so just like Stranger Things, totally voted with my feelings.
Yeah. So I think that's, let's see. I had notes to make sure we talked about everything, and I think we did, because we talked about make sure that next year, if you can, give us a little more information in the description, so we, especially if you put the amount of time and effort into your hook
It's
that a lot of
Aaliyah's
you guys
fault,
did.
actually. So let's just back right up.
Is Aaliyah here?
Last year's winner, yeah, I don't know. I don't think she's here. She'll see this later, I bet though. So she named hers and like had this presentation with Viking music, like it just blew us away and told us about it. His name was Hookvar. Like, so,
He had a name.
I kind of was expecting that. Like, if you make a creature, like, I want to know about him. I want to know, like,
what's his name? Where's he from?
Yeah.
And let us know. Let us know what you did, because I feel like some of these hooks that were sculpted and molded and had multiple elements, we didn't really understand the process. We see that final hook, but that would be so amazing. And it's not like, do this so you can win. We just want to know. We want to know more about your process and your hook and the story, like, and all of that. It's been
in a kiln, because we had someone set one on fire last year. I don't know that anybody kilned anything this year or not. I think there were a few, but again, we didn't have the details, so I don't know. Yeah. Well, I think that's everything. We hope that you guys had a good job. I think that was, so I did announce everything. But we hope you guys enjoyed it. We will definitely bring it back next year. At this point, there's no reason to think we won't. 20 millimeter next year. It'll be 20 millimeter on the hook size. And we already, one of the really cool stories that we had that I wanted to mention, because this was one of the, you wanted to talk a little bit about the what's it called? The hybrid hooks. So the ones that were non-functional and functional, technically, because you could take pieces and parts off. But I loved the story. I wanted to share, if she's here. I don't know if she is, but Kim Stevick made the little doll. So it was like a little blue doll with the little arms and the little bead head. One of the coolest stories that she shared was that she's planning to make multiple dolls. So like she wants to create a collection and have these different dolls. And I think she means that she's going to do it with the DIY hooks. And that's kind of what we wanted from this, of like, we started with an 18 millimeter. This year was 19, next year is 20. We're giving you guys a little more space to decorate as the hooks get a little bigger. But we would love, if that's something that you guys are interested in and enjoying. That was kind of the goal, is to make yourself make your own collection. Hooks. And something else, there's several people that said in the chat today, and I've heard people say, like, some of these hooks, I would buy some of these hooks, or these should be a collection. That was my initial goal of making these DIY hooks, is so that we could sell you something dirt cheap, that wasn't sanded, that wasn't, straight off the printer, that you could then decorate and then have us resin coat or resin coat it yourself and sell it, use it, have your own hooks that you having a child decorate it and then having it resin coated so that it's permanent. Then when you crochet, you're with that child. I mean, so it's a rabbit hole. Like, it's a real rabbit hole with the DIY. Yeah, we're doing a contest, but I think there's a bigger thing there later on. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so AJ's personal touch. What information do we need to put in our package when we send our hooks back to you to be finished? You don't have to include any information in your package unless your address has changed. So if the return address is going to be different for you, you can include that in the package. But please provide us tracking information so that we can be on the lookout for your hook and have it tracked. Chase down the drivers, because we have some package problems these days. So please be sure to provide, just shoot me an email with your tracking information. We are still accepting hooks. If you paid for resin coating, there's no window. If you want to send it to us in November, like, just remind me who you are. Just let us know. Yeah, and let's see. So Christine asked, will you share pictures of the winners? I did not do a separate video. I should have. We will. There'll be something on my Instagram or her Instagram. We'll put something together. Yes, and if you go to the website right now, there are photos, I believe, of both of those hooks, of all three of those hooks. There are images of them on the website, therealpinksheepdesign.com. It's actually in the description of this YouTube video. There is a link directly to the gallery of all of the submissions this year. If you click that button down. Yeah. somewhere
wherever
down
that is. Yeah. You can see all of the submissions. I do think I'm going to try to put the video that we watched on this closing ceremony on my Instagram. I think it's short enough that it'll let me
She'll be
upload
on
it.
this YouTube too. I mean, she'll upload this. So.
Yep. And I wanted to make sure I answered everyone's questions. So she is here. Another cloudy day. Want to make many of those dolls. Yes, that was really cool. And we didn't realize
it's like an army of little crochet women.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Like that's such a great idea.
And it leads to an awesome wonderland, the rabbit hole. So yes, and I think that's where we're at with seeing when all of these submissions start coming in. And it is, there are a lot of people don't share their process, and we totally understand that. You know, we don't, some of these hooks we don't see until the day that they're submitted. We don't see the process.
That was different this year for sure. Like you guys were sharing last year what was going on, and this year everybody was lock and key. So
yes.
And that's cool. That's fine too. Just be sure to share at the end.
Yes. Yeah. And so you guys know too, a lot of you guys submit videos that's just the video of the hook. We had someone this year, it was AJ. AJ submitted, I think she's on here, a video of her talking about her hook. You guys can do that too. That was actually pretty cool to hear her talking about her hook. So if you guys want to do that, you know, you can do that too. I try to make sure that you have as much ability as possible to submit whatever you want to submit.
You're not going to get dinged for oversharing.
Right.
If you don't share enough, then maybe.
Yeah. All right. I think that's everything.
I think so too. Thank you guys for all joining. Thanks for everybody who did this challenge again this year. Rock on.
We appreciate you.
Now it's time to get busy and stack up for craft shows, right?
Yeah.
So everybody needs to get to making socks and gloves and cardigans and scarves and beanies and plushies and get with it, y'all.
And we can announce on here, because I haven't announced it anywhere yet, but this Monday, we are opening pre-orders for Halloween mystery boxes.
Shut that down, keep it on the low.
And I don't know if we're going to do Christmas boxes this year, because it's just been, we've had a lot on our plates. We definitely want to do Halloween. But if you're holding out for Christmas, I cannot make a promise. So if you want to get a mystery box this year and you didn't get the St. Patrick's Day one, Halloween may be your jam. So yeah,
we still may do a Christmas box. Maybe. I'm not 100%, but it's looking real rough. It's looking real rough for that.
But that's okay. We do what we can, you know.
Happy Saturday, y'all. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys.